Hi there, and welcome to Marchborn's Tutorials. Today, we're diving into how to use our ultimate income and expense tracker spreadsheet. This tutorial covers the Google Sheets version, but the Excel Sheets version works the same way. First things first, if you see a message saying the spreadsheet is protected, don't worry. This just means you can't edit it directly. Simply click Cancel, and you're all set. This template comes with 11 tab design. Here are the tabs that this spreadsheet contains. Readme tab, Setup tab, Income tracker, Expense tracker, Bank balance dashboard, Monthly dashboard, Custom dashboard, Annual dashboard, 5-year dashboard, Comparison dashboard, and Sales tax tracker. Let's go to each tab one by one. In the Readme tab, you'll find detailed instructions on how to use this spreadsheet. Whenever we release an update, we'll add it here along with the latest version number, so you can easily check if you're using the most up-to-date version or if there have been any changes. If you'd like to access the new version, simply click on the New Template button. This will open up a brand new, empty spreadsheet that will always be up to date. This feature is also helpful if, for example, you've accidentally deleted tabs, want to start fresh for the new year, or if your spreadsheet stops functioning due to edits you've made. You can just click the button to open a brand new template. This feature is available in the Google Sheets version. For Excel users, click on the New Template button to check the version details. If you need the updated Excel version, simply contact us and we'll provide it for you. Next is the Setup tab. Setting this up will automatically update all the other tabs, so it's a very important part of your spreadsheet. Make sure to complete this before using the template. Anything you enter here will reflect in all the currency fields across the sheet. For example, to change the currency, click on the cell and choose from the drop-down, so you can select any currency symbol. Please contact us in case you do not find your currency here. For instance, I've selected the pound sign. If I now check the Income tab, you'll see it has updated everywhere else. To change it again, simply click on the field and enter your preferred currency symbol. The next field is the Start Month. Select the Start Month from the drop-down. This template supports tax years or fiscal years for various countries. For example, the U.S. tax year runs from January to December, while Australia's runs from July to June. Select the month based on your country's tax year. Let's select January from the drop-down and enter the year 2024 here. Next is the Income Stream section. Here, you'll enter your income categories or streams. You can add up to 34 different income categories to organize and track your earnings. For example, you could include categories like Etsy sales, Shopify sales, physical shop, or website income. Simply add these in the income categories. The same applies to the expense categories. Define your expense types and add them here. You can also add up to 34 different expense categories. For example, you might include marketing costs, electricity, internet, office rent, or salaries. Next is the Profit Goals table. This template allows you to set profit goals for up to 5 years. For example, you might set a goal of $5,000 for January 2024, $5,000 for February, $5,000 for March, and $5,200 for April. You can add profit goals for the next 5 years, and don't worry, you can always come back and adjust these later. The total profit goal for each year will automatically populate here. Additionally, this table will show you the average, minimum, and maximum profit goals. Next, you can add your bank account names. You can enter up to 12 bank accounts here, but this step is optional, so you can skip it if you don't want to track your bank balance. Now that we've set up the Start tab, let's take a closer look at the Income and Expense Tracker tabs. These are the only tabs where you'll input data. All other tabs, except these 3, are automatically calculated for you. First, let's move to the Income Tracker tab. In this tab, you will record all your income transactions for unlimited years. Start by selecting the date, double-click the cell and choose the date from the pop-up calendar. Next, you can enter the SKU or product ID of the sold product. This column is optional, so you can skip it if you want. Write a description of the product sold, then select the category from the drop-down menu. These categories are linked to the income categories you set up in the Setup tab. If you forgot to add any categories, just head back to the Setup tab and add them there. Do not add them here. Next, select the bank account where the transaction occurred. Enter the total amount, including the tax amount, and then enter the tax amount itself. The net income will be automatically calculated for you. If you have any notes to add, enter them in the Notes section. Let's go through an example. I'll select January 1st, 2024 from the pop-up calendar. The product SKU is SKU 001, the description is candle, and the category is Etsy because it was sold on the Etsy platform. The sale amount is $1,000 and the tax is $10, so the net income is automatically calculated as $990. Let me now add more transactions so we can get a better look at how the dashboards update later on. Once you add a few more examples, the data will start populating in the relevant dashboards, allowing you to analyze trends and monitor your income more effectively. Next, let's move to the Expense Tracker tab. This tab works similarly to the Income Tracker tab, allowing you to record unlimited expense transactions. To record an expense transaction, start by selecting the date, double-click the cell, and choose from the pop-up calendar. You can enter an invoice ID or product ID. This column is optional, so you can skip it if you prefer. Write a description of the product or service purchased, then select the category from the drop-down menu. These categories are linked to the expense categories you set up in the Setup tab. If you forgot to add any categories, just head back to the Setup tab and add them there. Do not add them here. Next, select the bank account from which the transaction occurred. Enter the total amount, including the tax, and then enter the tax amount itself. The net expense will be automatically calculated for you. If you have any notes to include, enter them in the Notes section. Let's go through an example. I'll select January 1st, 2024 from the pop-up calendar. I will leave the invoice ID blank. I paid for a repair for the meter, so I'll write meter repair as the description. I will select electricity in the category and choose the bank account from which I paid from the drop-down. The amount I paid is $100 and the tax is $0, so the net expense comes to $100. Similarly, let me add a few more transactions here to give us a better view of the dashboards later on. Next, let's explore the Monthly Dashboard tab. This dashboard is fully automated. All you need to do is select the month you want to monitor your financials for. Let's select January 2024 and see how the dashboard populates with the income, expense, and profit summary for the month. You'll notice an overall summary bar displaying total income, total expense, net income, net expense, net profit, and profit margin. Below that is the financial summary table, which shows net income, net expense, profit, profit goal, profit progress, and profit margin. Next, we have the income summary table, where you can view your income categorized by type. There's also an expense summary table that displays expenses by category. Moving further right, you'll find a daily summary table that shows daily income, expenses, and profit. Now, looking above, you'll see several charts. The first chart compares income versus expenses. The second chart breaks down your income by category, helping you identify which categories contribute the most. The expense breakdown chart does the same for expenses, showing which ones are more significant. Lastly, we have the daily cash flow chart, illustrating daily income, expenses, and profit. And if we scroll down here, we can see profit progress chart and profit margin pie chart here. Next, we will take a look at the custom dashboard, which is also fully automated. In this dashboard, You can select a start date and an end date, and the summary will be displayed accordingly. This dashboard is particularly useful for checking financials for any custom date range of your choice. Let's select a custom period. I'll double-click to choose the start date as January 1st, 2024, and the end date as March 31st, 2024. I'll also name this dashboard 2024 Q1, indicating that it covers the first quarter of 2024. As you can see, the results auto-populate, providing you with a comprehensive overview for this selected period. This dashboard works similarly to the monthly dashboard, giving you insights into your income, expenses, and profit over the specified time frame. Next, we will go to the Annual Dashboard tab. This tab provides an annual summary for the year. To get started, select the tax month and year from the calendar, and the annual overview will populate accordingly. Let's set the start month and year here. I'll double-click the cell and select January 1st, 2024. Now, you can see the dashboard auto-populated with the relevant data. This overview summary displays total income, total expense, net income, net expense, net profit, and profit margin for the year. Next, we have the financial summary table, which shows annual net income, annual net expense, annual profit, profit goal, profit progress, and profit margin. Below that, there's a profit summary table that compares the monthly profit goals with the actual earnings. We also have a monthly summary table showcasing monthly income, expenses, profits, and year-to-date YTD profit. If we scroll down, we can see a month-by-month income summary categorized by income types, including totals and averages. As we continue to scroll down, there's a month-by-month expense summary with totals and averages for each category. Below that, we can view the month-by-month profit and profit margin, along with YTD profit. Now, let's scroll back up to check out the graph visualizations. This graph shows the profit trend over the year. Next to it, we have the income breakdown chart, which displays annual income by category. If we scroll right, we can see a chart representing quarterly financials, including income, expenses, and profits. Below that is the monthly financial summary for income, expenses, and profits. Scrolling left, we find the profit progress chart, which illustrates the YTD profit trend. Beside it is a chart showing the annual expense breakdown, along with a profit margin chart. This gives you a comprehensive view of your financial performance throughout the year. Next, we will move to the 5-year dashboard, which provides a comprehensive view of your financial performance over 5 years. This dashboard analyzes your business financials and its growth during this period. To get started, select the start month and year, and the dashboard will analyze the 5 consecutive years from that date. Let's choose January 2024 as the start month and year here. Just like the other dashboards, this one also auto-populates the financial data and works similarly to the annual dashboard. Here, you'll find an overview summary displaying total income, total expense, net income, net expense, profit, and profit margin for the selected period. Next, there's a 5-year financial summary table showing net income, net expense, profit, profit goals and progress, and profit margin. Below that, you can view the annual profit summary comparing goals versus actual performance. Next to it is the annual summary of income, expenses, profit, and year-to-date profit. As we scroll down, we can see a 5-year income summary table categorized by income types, along with a 5-year expense summary table by categories. This chart functions the same way as the annual dashboard, giving you a detailed analysis of your financial performance over the past 5 years. Next, we will move to the comparison dashboard. This dashboard allows you to compare any 5 date ranges of your choice, whether it's the first quarter of 5 different years or any custom date ranges. You can use it to monitor financial performance across multiple periods. Let's enter the date ranges for comparison. For this example, we'll compare the first quarter of each year starting from 2024. In period range 1, I'll enter January 1st, 2024 as the start date and March 31st, 2024 as the end date. In period range 2, I'll select January 1st, 2025 as the start date and March 31st, 2025 as the end date. In period range 3, I'll select January 1st, 2026 as the start date and March 31st, 2026 as the end date. In period range 4, I'll select January 1st, 2027 as the start date and March 31st, 2027 as the end date. Finally, in period range 5, I'll select January 1st, 2028 as the start date and March 31st, 2028 as the end date. As you start adding these comparison dates, the dashboard will automatically populate the financials for each selected period. Now you can see that the comparison dashboard is ready. You can analyze the custom period financials, compare growth trends and review charts, income and expense summaries just like in the 5-year dashboard. Next, we are moving forward to our last tab, which is the sales tax tracker. This tab is partially automated and partially manual. Let's explore how it works. First, you need to select the tax year to start tracking your sales tax. For example, let's choose January 1st, 2024 as the start date. As you can see, the sales tax/VAT summary table is automatically populated with data from the income and expense tracker tabs. Here, you can view the tax collected versus tax paid for each month, along with the difference between them. Above this, there is a chart breakdown showing the same data visually. As we scroll down, you'll see the other fees/tax summary table. This is where you can record any additional fees or taxes collected or paid each month that are not already recorded in the trackers. This table requires manual input, so this is the part that you will need to fill in manually. At the top of the page, you'll also find an overall summary of the tax collected, tax paid, and the difference for the entire year. Now, let's move back to the tab we skipped at the beginning, the Bank Balance Dashboard tab. This is where you can monitor and reconcile your bank balance. If you don't want to track bank balance, you can simply hide the column by right-clicking and selecting the Hide option. Don't worry, you can unhide it at any time when you want to track your bank account balance again. Just click the 3 lines, select the tab, and it will reappear. Here, in the account summary table, you'll input the initial balance. This initial balance should match the ending balance of your first transaction recorded in either the income tracker or expense tracker. The money in column automatically calculates from the income recorded in the income tracker tab, and the money out column is auto-calculated from the expenses in the expense tracker. The closing balance column is simply the initial balance plus money in, minus money out. This table helps you monitor money coming in, money going out, and the remaining balance at all times. The table below tracks interbank transactions. These are transactions where you debit from one bank and credit to another. For example, on January 1st, 2024, if you debit $1,000 from Bank 1 and credit it to Bank 2, you'll select the date, enter the amount as $1,000, select Bank 2 from the drop-down under Bank In, and Bank 1 from the drop-down under Bank Out. You can also add any notes if needed. As you can see, in the account summary table, $1,000 will be deducted from Bank 1 and credited to Bank 2. And with that, we've reached the end of our instruction guide. We hope you found this video helpful. Please subscribe to our channel for more useful tools and tips. If you have any other questions, we'd love to help. You can find our contact information on the Readme tab. Be sure to send us a message, and we'll always do our best to get back to you within 24 hours. I'd like to thank you so much for watching.